Hello and welcome to NerdVsWorld, episode 36, A Nightmare on Nerd Street. I'm Brendan.
I'm Spindles.
And AD can't be with us today.
Unfortunately, he's stuck in traffic.
Yeah. So it's just the two of us. So we'll try and carry on in his absence.
So the chances of random animal noises have severely decreased.
Yeah. As will the smut and innuendo. But
well, we'll try and carry that for him.
Cool, so mostly on this show, we're going to be talking about the DC and Marvel movie lineup announcements, which have all these films panned out until, my 39th, 40th birthday, I think?
So it's till 2020.
Yeah.
I think it is. Yeah.
So that's good to know.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also there'll be a bit of MCM Expo.
Yep.
And there was an interesting Q&A with Elon Musk of Tesla and SpaceX, which we might talk briefly about if we have time at the end.
Cool.
Sweet.
Let's jump right in then.
Jump right in.
I've just been introduced to the Age of Ultron trailer.
How fucking good was
wow.
that? Yeah.
Can I get a holy shit?
Yeah, holy shit. So the trailer leaked last week. It was meant to be aired in last night's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because they were using it obviously to try and entice viewers back in who sort of tapped out during season 1. But it got leaked. It got blamed on Hydra, which I thought was ideal. And then Marvel got ahead of it and just released it. So for last night's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., because yesterday they had loads of movie announcements, which we'll get to in a bit, but to round off their day, they added a little bit extra to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And the footage was the SDCC footage with the dinner party scene. A couple of very cool things in there. The fact that the look on Thor's face when Steve Rogers almost
lifts the hammer. Yeah.
And then that mysterious woman.
Who is the mystery woman?
The mysterious woman? Because there's a freeze frame. You can see Maria Hill and you can see Black Widow, and there's another woman.
There's another woman in the room.
Yeah. So who is that?
So we don't know who that is.
That's interesting. And then of course Andy Serkis made an appearance as well.
Yeah, very brief.
Assuming he will be Ulysses Claw from the Black Panther.
Yeah.
Be his enemy, which would make sense because the Age of Ultron. There's going to be massively different to the graphic novel, obviously, because there's half the universe on there. Wolverine, there's no Wolverine, no Spider-Man in the film, obviously. But there is an element of the mutant and superhero society in the comic that sort of sell and trade superheroes to Ultron for, the right to live, essentially. Yeah. So I would imagine we might see Claw in that sort of role. It'd be interesting to see if we do go to Wakanda in Age of Ultron, but we'll have to wait and see.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's supposedly Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy's got a part to play in Age of Ultron as well, so it's...
Sweet.
Yeah, apparently so.
That's cool.
So we'll see how all that ties in.
Yeah.
But, I mean, as I've said before, and I'll say it again, the casting of James Spader...
Inspired.
Awesome. Absolutely awesome.
Yeah. I've heard people complain, so that he's not as crisp and clean as they'd like him to be, like Ultron to be. But I think he just drips menace. Just the creepiness that he brings to it is just awesome.
Yeah, he's always been good at voices like that. Yeah. He's just stunning. Have you been watching The Blacklist?
Yeah, I've been watching The Blacklist.
That's been awesome this season so far. But anyways, we'll talk about TV shows another time. So the Ultron, it looks amazing. I just can't believe that we have to wait till May.
No, but that'll fly by. It's April over here, I think.
Is it April? Oh, that's right. Yeah, we get it earlier.
We get it earlier over here. It's May in the States.
Is that because it was filmed here, do you reckon?
I think a bit of it was filmed here, yeah. Well, the majority of this.
Quite a lot of it was.
It was Pinewood.
Pinewood, yeah.
So I imagine that's why we got it slightly earlier.
That's cool. Yeah. It's not often that happens.
It's been happening a lot with the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
I think the trend has been for an earlier UK release for the Marvel films.
Okay.
But that's cool.
Yeah, it is very, very cool.
I'm not even going to complain about that.
No, God, no. No, just roll on May.
Yeah.
So, other movie announcements from Marvel then?
Well, Age of Ultron wraps up their phase 2.
Yes.
And then they pushed ahead the other day because DC, a couple of weeks ago, announced their complete lineup of movies for the next 5 years or so.
They did indeed.
And Marvel then announced their lineup for Phase 3.
Mm.
So we already know Ant-Man. That was one that was already out there.
Yep.
They had a number of untitled movies. They just secured weekends, essentially. They just planted a flag for a weekend that we want this weekend for our film.
Yes.
But didn't have a title for it. But now they have.
Yeah. Do you want to go through the lineup, sir?
Yeah. Well, straight off the bat, it's Captain America 3. There's 2 working titles for it. Everyone seems to be calling it Civil War because Iron Man's going to be in it, and that's fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
But the title used at the Marvel presser on Tuesday was Serpent Society, which could either be... Well, I'm guessing it's an allusion to Hydra.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Civil War storyline was one that I think we all frothed about as a possibility.
Yes.
Right at the start of this whole cinematic universe coming together. Again, as with Age of Ultron, there'll be massive issues with regards to the cast they can have.
It's essentially mutants versus like military.
So there'll be issues, but I'm sure they'll work around it. They have been saying, don't think of it as Captain America 3, think of it as Avengers 2.5.
Right, yeah.
So most of the people who have signed multi-movie deals will be appearing in
A lot of them will be
Civil
popping
War.
up in that.
And yeah, so as like Black Panther, for example, one of his, because he's on for a 5-movie deal, the first movie that he's in, Chadwick Boseman, will be Civil War.
Cool.
So yeah, that should be very, very cool. Then following on from that, November the 4th, 2016, Doctor Strange. The casting rumours were...
The rumours abound that Cumberbatch is up for it, but...
Bendel Bob Cumbersnatch.
Yeah, indeed.
But...
Who is just up for playing everything ever.
Yeah, but it was him and Joaquin Phoenix as well was also...
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix I heard touted. But nothing's been confirmed yet, has it? No. Fair play.
Following on from that, May 2017, the first of 3 movies in May, in 2017 rather, will be Guardians of the Galaxy 2, coming earlier than expected.
Much earlier than expected.
Yeah, so it had its release date pushed forward a few months. So that should be very exciting.
Looking forward to that. More Groot.
Yeah. I just can't wait for that to come out on DVD.
Yeah, indeed. Will it be out for Christmas, won't it?
Yeah. It's out at the start of December, I think.
Everybody's trying to get the dancing Groot toys for Christmas. And I don't think they get released until New Year's Eve, I think is when they're actually released.
Epic troll. That film was just too good. I still haven't seen anything come close to topping that this
Indeed.
year.
Yeah.
Thor gets his final movie in July. It's Thor Ragnarok. It's been confirmed that Tom Hiddleston will be back as Loki for that movie.
Yay.
Yeah.
He's got to be.
He's got to be. Yeah. And then we have Black Panther, the first of the new titles. Well, second of the new titles after Doctor Strange.
Yep.
So yeah, Black Panther. Chadwick Boseman, he played James Brown in the biopic Get On Up. That'll be... I imagine that'll probably be either second, possibly third if he makes an appearance in Guardians 2. But yeah, that'll be his full solo debut. And then it gets really exciting. Because May the 4th, 2018, Avengers 3, Infinity War Part 1. Like, how much of a threat is Thanos to the Avengers? That much of a threat. He has to have 2 fucking movies.
2 movies and a year apart, god damn it.
Yeah. So I don't know who's on board for that.
I don't know, but you'll note that they're usurping Star Wars Day for that one.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's just going to be incredible. Bringing this whole Infinity arc to a dramatic head. I mean, it's been a real slow build.
Yeah. I'm just wondering, because they can't really do it as a kind of to be continued, leave on cliffhanger, because there's a year between them, and in that year they've got more movies coming out. Presumably Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. will still be on. So the universe will be continuing.
Yeah.
Unless it's off-world.
I don't think it will hold. I don't think it will be to be continued. I think it will literally be... Because they've got Captain Marvel and Humans get released in that gap.
Yeah.
So I think... I don't know, I've kind of got a feeling that part 1 might be more Avengers based, part 2 might be more Guardians of the Galaxy based, or that they'll cross over between the films.
Yeah.
They have said that everybody who has appeared in any 3 of the phases will be in those movies.
Wow.
They're saying it's tying together every single continuity.
That's going to be epic.
Yeah. So what I'm hoping happens between now and May 6th, 2016 is that we see more people brought in as guest characters and agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
who become the superheroes that fill out the Civil War.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be good, using Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as a platform to get people into the cinematic universe.
Yeah. And just because they'll have more chance, if they do a Monster of the Week or a Hero of the Week type of approach, they can fill out the characters.
Yeah.
That way they don't have to appear in the film, but at least they can see the names of who's taking whose side.
Absolutely.
But yeah. So yeah, everybody is going to be involved in those final 2 Avengers films, which I cannot wait for.
Yeah.
Yeah, but bridging those 2 films, there are 2 other movies. There's Captain Marvel, and it's been confirmed that it is the Carol Danvers iteration of the character.
Indeed.
Which is awesome.
It is very, very cool.
I know that DC will technically get there first in terms of a female-fronted solo superhero movie.
Yes.
Because Wonder Woman's 2017. But I do think Marvel will just do it better.
Well, I think Captain Marvel's a better character than Wonder Woman, in all fairness.
Yeah. And I did put up a little thing on Twitter yesterday as my top 3 picks to play her. And it's Katie Sackhoff.
It's got to be Katie Sackhoff, yeah.
Has to be.
Yeah. Without a doubt. Yeah. I think there will be uproar if it's anyone else.
But there's rumours that Miss Marvel is meant to appear in Age of Ultron.
Okay.
And she hasn't been cast.
Or it's been kept incredibly quiet.
Yeah. Well, I think Marvel have the power to keep that sort of a secret.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Yeah, and then the Inhumans, which is another off-world Guardians-y cosmic storyline.
Yep.
Type of show. So yeah, that'd be cool.
It will, and then it's rounded off May 3rd, 2019 with the second part of the Infinity War.
Yeah, they did release a teaser for it at the Marvel Presser the other day, and someone videoed it on their phone. Essentially, most of this trailer is just clips from other movies.
Yeah.
But with Samuel L. Jackson doing a voiceover. But it does finish with a slow reveal of Thanos wearing the Infinity Gauntlet with all the stones in it. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be good.
It's going to be amazing. It's going to be so cool.
So what are you reckoning? So do you reckon it's going to be Infinity War is going to be the highlight of it for you?
No, I've got a feeling that Guardians of the Galaxy 2 will be the highlight of the whole lot for me.
Oh, fair play, sir. Yeah.
I just loved that first movie so much. It's going to be weird because of the horrible confusion with all the license issues as to which film studio has which license. Seeing stories like Civil War, Age of Ultron, Secret Invasion, anything like that brought to the big screen, it's always going to be hard to
tough,
do,
yeah,
because you don't have the full cast. I mean, Age of Ultron has Wolverine because he travels through time to assassinate Hank Pym to stop the creation of Ultron. That's probably my phone. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Very, very weird fart.
Seeing how they get around that will be interesting. I don't think we've been introduced to enough heroes yet for Civil War to really have any sort of impact.
Yeah.
So they need to start doing more seeding in that regards.
And I think that has some very, very interesting crossover possibilities with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah. Well, they've said that Thor Ragnarok will be to Thor what Winter Soldier was to Captain America.
Right.
That'll be his universe reboot type of thing. This shifting ground stuff. I suppose we do have... Well, we have Ultron. We have that movie to introduce new characters, which they're bringing in Black Panther.
Well, because I know you've definitely got Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch, yeah.
Who are not mutants, obviously.
No. not in this particular universe. No. Although I think there were some cheeky references to the heritage in Days of Future Past, which was a bit naughty. So yeah, and then we'll have Ant-Man. Ant-Man will have a chance to introduce a few characters for Civil War as well.
Yeah.
Because they got Hope in there. Evangeline Lilly's been cast as Hope.
Because Wasp going to be in there.
I would hope so.
I would have expected Wasp in a Ant-Man movie.
Yeah. So yeah, they have got a couple of films left to go in order to boost the cast for Civil War. But I do think that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is probably the best approach.
Yeah, I agree. Whether they go down that route or not, we'll have to see. But I'd hope they will.
Yeah, because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. this season has been spectacular.
It has been awesome so far. Yeah. I'm utterly hooked on what the hell's going on with all this stuff that he's writing.
And the fact that Fitz's character has just been
Fitz
so
has been amazing
well
this season. Yeah.
That whole Fitzsimmons relationship has just been outstanding.
Yeah, it's been really, really good this season.
It's just like there's been real consequence to all the actions from the end of last season. Yeah, and it's just making for really good TV, which is good because there's some shows which have just disappointed.
Yeah.
But anyway, a couple of things to note from this announcement and this lineup. There is no Hulk movie.
No standalone Hulk movie.
No standalone Hulk film and still no Black Widow movie.
Mm-hmm.
Which
those are the two glaring omissions, yeah.
Especially given the number of films that Ruffalo signed on for as Hulk. Although, I would imagine Civil War, Ultron, and one of the Infinity Wars would probably tide him over.
Mm.
But yeah, no standalone. Which people were thinking that we were going World War Hulk, Planet Hulk direction. So clearly not.
Obviously not,
cool.
no.
But the Hulkbuster suit from the Ultron trailer is one of the raddest things I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's
pretty
awesome.
So fucking cool. Yeah. So yeah, I'm sorry, but I saw the DC lineup, wasn't overly impressed with it, and then yesterday I did kind of think that Marvel had just walked into DC's house and took a dump on their floor because it was just so much better.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, well, I'll go through the DC lineup
the DC
anyway,
stuff.
As it's here. So it's Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice, the film with far too many subtitles. It's not even funny. In 2016.
Yeah.
So I think we're expected to see pretty much all of the Justice League in that.
Yeah.
So we're going to have Batman, Superman, definitely Wonder Woman, possibly Cyborg, not sure.
Yeah.
And then, weirdly, the next movie on the lineup there is Suicide Squad that they're following up Batman vs Superman with.
Apparently, Jesse Eisenberg has been tapped to come back as Lex Luthor for that as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You mean, Michael Rosenbaum?
No.
No.
What's his name from Social Network?
All right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice.
Right. Okay. Cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. I was getting actors because it was Michael Rosenbaum in Smallville.
Oh yeah, but we know that they're keeping their cinematic and their TV universes completely separate to the fact that they're recasting the Flash for the movie universe. Yeah,
indeed. Well, we'll nip through and then we'll talk casting issues because there are some problems with it. But yeah, so Suicide Squad should be interesting. Depends whether they're going with the New 52 lineup or the New 52 lineup.
Well, the original lineup didn't have Harley Quinn in it.
No, it didn't. No, but now she's a very central part of the team.
Yeah, and no, when they announced the movie, she wasn't one of the six in the movie.
Okay.
But I did see some things today about casting for Harley Quinn. It's just like, she's either in or she's not, guys. The only one that I know for sure is in it is Multiplex, and that's because he was in an episode of The Flash.
Yes. And he didn't fare very well.
It didn't last very long.
No. So then that's followed up 2017 with a Wonder Woman movie, as you said earlier. Then we hit Justice League Part 1 in 2017. So theoretically speaking, we must have been introduced to everyone by that point. So it depends what the lineup of the Justice League is going to be for that, because they're not doing a Green Lantern movie until much later.
Until everyone's forgotten about the last one. It's 2020. Yeah, it's a fair shout.
Then The Flash, 2018. Aquaman in 2018.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares about Aquaman. But it's Jason Momoa, so I think lots of people will. Yeah. Shazam, 2019.
With The Rock.
Yes, indeed.
I watched that one.
Justice League Part 2, 2019. Cyborg 2020 and Green Lantern in 2020. So, with two Justice League movies happening before Cyborg and Green Lantern,
and The Flash?
Well, one of them is before The Flash.
Okay.
What's the lineup of the Justice League going to be? Is it just going to be Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman?
Probably.
And that's it?
Yeah. Because there's no Martian Manhunter out there.
No.
There's no Hawkman.
Nope.
Yeah.
And all the rest come later. So I've got no clue what the lineup's going to be.
But there's also meant to be a couple of new standalone Batman and Superman films during that time as well.
Yes, apparently so, yeah.
So, I don't know. It just seems so messy.
It does. I think they were trying to put out something to compete with Marvel, and they went, look at this, and Marvel just went, think that's good? Look at this.
Yeah. Like, it's all well and good them getting there first with the whole first female solo-fronted superhero movie. Get there first by all means, but I think Captain Marvel will be better than Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I think it will.
I just think the way Marvel have put together their cinematic universe, it's more coherent, it makes more sense. The narrative is grown. I can't wait until 2020 when I can get every single film from all three phases on DVD and just have a themed day where I just watch the entirety of phase one. Because I think it will tell a big story on its own.
I think it will, yeah, because that's why I've got my phase 1 box set there, and I'm waiting until Age of Ultron comes out, then I'll buy my phase 2 box set, because at the moment I don't own any of them.
Yeah.
I've just watched them on Sky or whatever when they've come out, so I can't wait to have that box set just to put that there and have phase 2.
Yeah. When you look at this lineup for the DC stuff, it's just like, oh, guys. And the fact, I don't get why they're not embracing TV.
Well, indeed. Yeah, I mean, especially considering how well the DC TV shows are doing at the moment, because Arrow is amazing, and The Flash I'm enjoying. It's a bit corny, but I'm enjoying it.
The Flash, I feel, could improve. I'll give it a good time, because Arrow season 1 didn't really pick up until episode 13
yeah,
14.
Indeed,
so
much later on in the series.
Yeah. And it's only fairly early into The Flash at the moment, but it does feel like they're just using it to say, here are characters you might encounter in our movies. So don't be shocked if this guy turns up. He won't be the same actor, obviously, because movies and TV are separate for us, but just know the name. So that kind of...
I like it. It makes me go woohoo on occasion, so it's good. It's that kind of a feel-good show where you go, woohoo!
Yeah, it is good. And he's actually pretty well cast as Barry Allen as well, to be fair.
Yeah. Still can't get over JD's brother being in it as a almost baddie. That's just weird.
He was also Ed in an old show called Ed.
Yes, I remember.
About the guy in the bowling alley.
Yeah.
It's an awesome show.
Yeah.
That's a real sort of like, you should be going to uni, but you've just woken up with a hangover kind of show.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, back from the student days.
So yeah, I think you're right. I think that Marvel basically did just crap all over DC's announcement and went, yeah, that's nothing. Look at this.
Yeah, because it's going through it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because that's 10 films on the DC announcement,
plus a couple of Batman, Superman standalones.
Marvel announced 8, plus Ant-Man 9, and that's just phase 3. They've already got phase 1 and phase 2 in the bag by that point. So yeah, I think they've...
What was it? 6 in phase 1? Is it 6 in phase 2?
Phase 1 was Iron Man, Captain America, Hulk, Thor, Iron Man 2,
Avengers.
Yeah.
So you have 6 in phase 1. Is it 6 in phase 2 as well? I've got a feeling it is, and then it's a shed load more in phase 3.
Yeah, phase 3 is just rammed.
Yeah,
because they're bringing new characters. But yeah, Iron Man 3, Captain America 2,
Thor
2, Dark World,
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, and then Ultron. No, so there's 5.
Ultron 5? No, is there not one more?
Who are you missing?
One? I don't know. Maybe not.
No, that's it. It's just the 5.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I just think Marvel have got it.
Yeah,
they're going to have to do something.
I'm utterly excited by it. Yeah,
they'll have to do something spectacularly stupid to drop the ball at this point.
Yeah,
I think the 2 potential hurdles would be Ant-Man and Doctor Strange.
I don't know. I mean, I can see Doctor Strange being a really good one if it's done properly, because it approaches it from a whole different angle, because it's the mysticism and the magic rather than...
And also they think that he will have the Soul Stone.
Yeah.
Because that hasn't been seen yet. The Soul and Time haven't been seen.
Yeah. So I think that's going to be an interesting movie. The ones that concern me are things like the Inhumans on getting the buy-in on something that's totally different.
Yeah.
Guardians managed it because it was very human at its heart, whereas Inhumans, by its definition, isn't, and might just come across as being a bit of a weird step.
Yeah, I could see that.
So I don't know. We'll have to see.
I think that's probably why they put that after Captain Marvel. We'll have to wait and see. But
yeah, absolutely. I'm sure it will be fine. I just think that's the one that has the biggest potential to disappoint.
I'm going to say Ant-Man just because of Michael Douglas.
Yeah. I think if Ant-Man had gone as it was intended with Edgar Wright, etc., it would have been an amazing film.
Yeah.
I think they were forced into a position where they had to recruit someone very quickly to pick up and run with it in order to hit the release date. So I think from a purely logistical standpoint, it's problematic.
Yeah. There's talk that they're going to tap up the Russo brothers to take on Joss Whedon's mantle.
Oh, okay.
They're looking at him for the Avengers two-parter.
Okay.
Which would be cool, because I think they handled Winter Soldier so well.
Very much so. That was
that's my second best film of the year, after Guardians.
Yeah. Although I loved Thor 2. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, but that was last year.
Yeah.
I'm talking this year, because that was May this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea they directed Community. I've just started watching Community.
Yeah, I saw you post about that.
And I've torn through 3 seasons in I started at the weekend and we're recording it on a Wednesday.
So it's worth it then.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. Cool. Is it on Netflix? Is it
Amazon Prime?
Amazon Prime. Cool.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out then.
I'd never seen it. I'd heard about it, and people had always said you should watch this. And anyone who listens to the show knows how much stuff I do watch.
Yeah.
There's not much room for new shows. But I've given up on a couple this year, so I thought I'd pick a few more up.
Go on, let us know what you've given up on.
I'm close to giving up on Gotham.
Okay.
Yeah. Close to giving up on that. It's gone too far the other way. It's just become... Because I said that the pilot was maybe tipping too much of a nod of the head to the wider mythos of Batman. But now it's just I'm not enjoying the Penguin as much as I would like to. Yeah. And Supernatural.
Yeah, I watched the first 3 of that, I think. I've not really gelled with it yet.
No, I didn't I'm glad that they kind of did away with the whole Dean as a demon thing reasonably quickly. Because that, by episode 2, that was already dragging out for me.
Yeah.
So I'm not giving up on either of those shows yet, but they're not getting watched straight away when I get the chance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unlike Person of Interest.
Yeah, Person of Interest and The Blacklist are on as soon as we get them.
Yeah. And Scorpion.
I've not watched that yet.
Scorpion is really good.
Yeah, I saw the advert for that earlier, just before I came out tonight. There was the advert for it because it's on 5 or something in the UK, isn't it? So, yeah, I'll have to watch that.
That's a really good show. I've really enjoyed every episode of that so far.
Cool.
That's Mondays. And they've moved Big Bang Theory back to a Thursday now, I think, because Mondays are getting very crowded.
Yeah.
Very crowded.
But Monday is my day when I go on to it's like Tuesday morning and there's just a list of stuff to download.
It's I have to be at uni for 10, so I set my alarm for 5 so I can get up and watch everything before I go into uni.
Yeah.
Because it's Castle and it's Gotham and it's Forever, which Forever's one that I'm also close to giving up on.
Fair enough.
I think who's reviewing it? Is it Dave reviewing it for the Wonky Spot?
Yeah, Dave. Yeah.
Yeah, I think his reviews are getting it spot on.
Yeah.
It has masses of potential, but there's nothing really separating it from Elementary or anything else of its ilk. But yeah.
Anyways, we'll talk about TV.
So I found Community.
yeah, indeed.
And it's hilarious.
Yeah,
I love it.
Cool.
So that's the announcements.
That's again, we'll just wait and see.
So the first one will be with us next May.
Yep.
Ultron's where we start.
That's where Phase 2 ends.
Phase 2 finishes, and then November it's Ant-Man.
Yep.
But yeah.
Cool.
Good times.
Indeed. Okay, so MCM Expo.
MCM
then.
Expo, yeah.
Yeah, it was a fun. It was a busy weekend, man. Unfortunately, I didn't get there in time for the Daniel Radcliffe Horns panel on Friday. I just missed that because of traffic. It took me 2 fucking hours to drive across central London.
I just wish I'd gone.
Yeah, you would have enjoyed it, man. It was a good one.
Yeah, I say no to things very quickly. I think there's many reasons. I should have been in Berlin, essentially, for anyone listening. I had flights and everything booked for a trip to Berlin for a alumni convention and conference out there, so I wouldn't have been back in time for MCM Expo. But one reason or another, I didn't make my flight. And I came back to work, and work were going down there to do a stand, which you met the guys.
I did, I went over and said hi to them.
And they had like 5 spare passes for the full weekend and asked if I wanted to go. And my first response was, I've opened the studios for the students, so I can't. Only one fucking student turned up the entire time. I could have just gone to Comic Con on SAE's dime. It would have been ideal.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I had to live vicariously through you and Rodeo.
Yeah. Well, it was awesome. I mean, I've posted kind of about the games that I managed to get my hands on, because there were a ton of games there, because obviously we're hitting Q4 now, so all the big titles are coming out in time for Christmas.
Yeah, you got a PS4.
I did. Yeah. I joined the next generation gaming community.
You're now a generation ahead of me. I need to catch up with you now because I haven't got the PS4 yet.
Yeah, it was my present to myself for getting a new job. So yeah.
I saw your status the other day about a particular game.
Yes.
I can remember when that came out. I was watching the Bake Off final. And all I could hear was my housemate screaming in the lounge.
Is that Alien Isolation?
Yeah.
I bought that yesterday and started playing it last night, and that's fucking terrifying.
It's terrifying. I was just like, how many times have you been killed? He's like, I haven't seen the alien yet.
Yeah, I briefly saw the alien last night, because there's a certain point where the guy you're with gets minced by the alien, and then you basically trying to get into a lift and get away from it, and just as the lift doors were closing, it like legged it across. I was like, ah! It's tense.
He went for about an hour or so without seeing it, and then he had this one mission where he had to go and get a key card. And he was coming out of that, and then he saw the alien drop down. And from that point on, he kept getting fucked by that thing. Every time I watched him for ages. He had to run back and hid in a room and hid in a locker. And then you could see through the vents in the locker, and you could see the alien come into the room. And because of a graphics glitch, it actually came into the locker as well. But didn't see him. But yeah, fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
It's a game that you watch zero punctuation. And you're never sure whether he actually likes the games he reviews, because he's so vitriolic about everything he reviews. But the Alien Isolation review, you're like, oh yeah, he liked that. You can tell he liked that game.
Yeah.
Or at least loathed it less than everything else he plays.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So yes, I got that, and then what else have I been playing? Last of Us Remastered, which is a great game. Enjoyed that thoroughly. Destiny, which I'm not really sold on yet, to be honest. I've played it for about 20 minutes, and it hasn't grabbed me as much as the others. And Watch Dogs, which I really like. That's a great game. And pre-ordered Lego Batman 3, which was one that I got on at the expo. They had the booths there with Lego Batman 3, and I went to the panel on that on the Sunday morning, where they were giving away a giant Lego Batman figure, which was awesome. But that looks amazing. I mean, you talk about kind of how DC are doing in terms of their film universes and TV universe. The Lego universe looks fucking awesome. This game you can play, it's like over 140 playable characters, and there are all sorts of mental ones in there, like Crypto the Superdog, Plastic Man. You've got the 1960s version of Batman voiced by Adam West, and Adam West as Adam West. A whole bunch. Kevin Smith's in it as a character, as himself. There's all sorts of people in it. It's mental. Plastic Man, who can turn himself into a space hopper. It's berserk. The Daffy Duck Green Lantern is in there. The Green Loon Turn. It's insane.
I want to get PS4 then, just for that.
Well, I think it's out on PS3 as well.
Yeah, but I need an excuse to get PS4.
Oh, well, there you go. That's a good enough excuse.
Let's just say it's not on PS3.
Yeah.
So if anybody asks, I said I had to buy it for the PS4.
Yeah. But it looks brilliant, and all the characters have got kind of different animations for stuff, like the difference, because the Batman's got all sorts of different suits and things that he can wear, and then he has different animations that go along with stealth mode and things like that. So stealth mode, one of them goes invisible. The 1960s Batman, when he goes into stealth mode, it's literally him. He just pulls his cowl over his face and creeps forward, and that's his stealth mode. It's absolute genius.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so I'm thoroughly looking forward to that. So yeah, the games, there were tons of them there. What else did I... Let's see. Oh, there were loads that I didn't get on. Again, I didn't get on Evolve. That was rammed all the time I was there. Dynasty Warriors 5, no, Dead or Alive 5 was there. A bunch of other stuff like that, which I didn't really get on. Destiny was there, which I didn't bother playing because I already own it. Yeah. Lego Minecraft. Sorry, not Lego Minecraft. Minecraft was there on PS4, so Megan sat and played Minecraft for half an hour while we were down there. Escape Dead Island, which looks great. Really looking forward to that one. Love Dead Island series. That's really cool. And they had an interesting thing there with them, kind of a live experience called Escape the Crate. So they basically had a big storage container, and then you went in and you got shut in, and you had to get out. And basically, so they had puzzles to solve and keys to find and things in this room. And they timed it to find out who was the quickest getting out. Apparently, I was talking to them today on Twitter, and the quickest was 17 minutes.
Shit.
For someone to escape from the crate.
Oh, I couldn't have done that.
I tried, but they were just full. Apparently, they filled up the whole of Saturday within 15 minutes and the whole of Sunday within 10 on all the slots. So that was really quite a cool thing.
Was it busier than the Summer Expo?
Well, I wasn't there on the Saturday for the one I went to in May, but the Sunday was certainly a lot busier. And Friday was pretty busy as well, I guess, because of the Daniel Radcliffe panel. I think a lot of people turned up on the Friday. But yeah, it was really, really busy on the Saturday. And there were a bunch of kind of big reveals there. There was the Welcome to Purgatory panel, which is a new film that's coming out. Who's in it? Well, it's got Bruce Campbell in it. It's got they just announced at MCM Expo that Brian Blessed's in it, and a bunch of other people. There was the Welcome to Morgan. Well, it's not Welcome to Morganville. The Morganville premiere, which is a web series that's going out on Geek and Sundry.
Okay.
That started Monday, just gone. That's based on a series of books by Rachel Kane, who also wrote the Weather Witch series and a bunch of other things. And that was cool. So we had a few of the cast there for that. Some cast there from Under the Dome. Yeah. Loads that I didn't see. Like there was Teen Wolf cast were all there. Didn't see that. A whole bunch of other stuff. Yeah, it was mentally busy. I didn't stop, and I still didn't see half the stuff that was going on.
Yeah. I thought I saw Ariana Richards was there as well.
I don't know.
Lex from Jurassic Park.
Don't know. Didn't see.
I think she's in one of the Sneaky Zebra videos, I think.
All right. Okay. No, I didn't see that.
They were there. They were doing they did a panel, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
So they'll probably be part of the VidFest lineup. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, there was tons of stuff going on. It was a very, very busy weekend. I did manage to find time for tea dueling. Which was
cool. Tell me about the rules of tea dueling.
The rules of tea dueling. It's fairly simple. You have your cup of tea. You have a cup of tea in front of you, and there's a plate with biscuits on it. That can be in any kind of arrangement that they want. They come up with different arrangements of biscuits, and you can use whatever biscuits you want. But the official biscuit is the malted milk or cow biscuit. Okay. And you get your biscuit and you dunk it at least 2/3 of the way into your tea. So you got biscuit 2/3 in. Hold it for 5 seconds. Withdraw, and then it's the last person to get a clean nom wins. By a clean nom, it means the biscuit hasn't fallen off and you eat the whole biscuit. So it's about dunking, and it's a test of nerves to see how long you can hold the biscuit for before you try and put it in your mouth.
Wow. So you won that, right?
I did.
And who did you beat in the final?
I beat my daughter in the final. I wasn't intending to even do it. It was just that there was... Because Megan had done a round against a kid dressed as the Joker, and she'd won that. And then there was another round, and then they needed one other person to fill it in to make sure there was enough people to go on and do a second round. So I got up and won the first round, went through, won the second round, and then it was me versus Megan in the final. And yeah, I beat her, for which I got no end of stick.
What did you win?
No, I didn't win anything.
Oh.
It was just for the fun of taking part.
Just the fun of beating her.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Fair. Fair.
Yeah, because there's always there's a steampunk area at the MCM Expo, and so they had a lot of events going on the stage. Yeah. Professor Elemental was there over the course of the weekend doing a rap workshop. They were doing workshops on how to make tiny hats and the use of Nerf in steampunk and stuff like that. So they had quite a lot of stuff going on there over the weekend. It was kind of cool.
Did you get many interviews?
I did 2. Unfortunately, it took me a while to find where they were doing the interviews on the Saturday. By the time I got there, I'd missed the Morganville panel, which was Robert Picardo was there and Amber Benson from Buffy. So I missed them. But I did get to speak to Saul Rubinek from Warehouse 13. He's lovely and requires very little prompting at all. The podcast with him will be going out next Monday, I think it is. And then also got to chat with all the cast and crew of Welcome to Purgatory.
Nice. Cool.
So yeah, I got a couple of recordings there. That was kind of cool. I spoke to a bunch of other people and have stuff arranged for a later date, which is cool. So yeah, there'll be quite a lot going on there. But yeah, it was an awesome weekend. The cosplay there is a massive thing. That's one of the big things of that convention is the cosplay, because they have the Euro cosplay heats, and this was the final. They had the Euro cosplay finals. So yeah, the standard of cosplay there is insane. There are some amazing outfits and some truly inspired ones as well. My favourite one I saw over the course of the weekend was the Thing in the Shadows from Order of the Stick. Somebody came along with basically a big umbrella that had a black sheet draped down on it and the big eyes painted on it, which was utterly brilliant.
I saw some photos of someone who went as Sharknado.
Cool. Okay, didn't see that.
They must have had like a shark or something wrapped around them with the shark's head poking out at various points. And they were literally the DVD cover art of Sharknado. But yeah.
Yeah,
there's always good cosplay.
Yeah, there are some epic ones kicking around. Other favourites, I saw there was a girl there who'd done a toothless one, and it was just like she had the little head and then the tail popping out and stuff. So it was kind of a cute toothless. What was it? Yeah. But yeah, it was. Yeah, it's an awesome con. Yeah. It's a very, very busy one, and there's so much stuff going on that even being there for the entire weekend, I don't think I got to see half the stuff that was happening.
Yeah, that was huge. Cool.
So yeah, that was that.
Nice.
There will be more going up on it. I've got to write up all the stuff, and I've got a fuck ton of pictures of cosplayers and everything that was going on over the course of the weekend. So I'll be putting them all up on the site in the next couple of days.
Yeah. Cool. Plenty of stuff to look forward to then.
Indeed, yeah, it's all good. And then back for some more probably in May.
Yeah. Oh, we've got the Sci-Fi Weekender.
We've got the Sci-Fi Weekender before that, but yeah, definitely going to be back at MCM in May.
Yeah.
I didn't. Just the brief anecdote is when I was going up to do the interview with Saul Rubinek, they accidentally dropped me off in the green room instead of the press room. So I ended up sat in there, and it was all the cast, the Under the Dome cast were in there, and Saul Rubinek was in there, Andrew Lee Potts was in there, all the Morganville people were in there. I was just kind of sat at a table going, I really shouldn't be in here. And then a guy came over and sat down, and I was chatting with him about the flavour of the soup that was there, and he was the Black Power Ranger, the original Black Power Ranger, so I was just sat chatting with him. That was, bizarre.
That's kind of cool.
That was just really weird, just cool. Sat in that room on my own going, I probably really shouldn't be in here at all.
What flavour soup was it?
We came to the conclusion it was pumpkin, because it was Halloween,
nice.
Or coming up to Halloween, so we thought it was pumpkin soup.
Cool.
So there you go. That's what goes on in the green room.
It's about pumpkin soup with Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Very odd.
Probably more fun than most people's Friday night.
Possibly.
Cool. So what's coming up? What have we got coming up now?
In terms of?
Well, I guess in November. Films to look out for in November.
Interstellar, which I didn't get anywhere near Interstellar because there was an Interstellar booth with the Oculus Rift, and I don't know what it was.
Oh.
So I didn't get on that, and I was gutted that I didn't get on it to try and work it out. But it was basically people sat down with the Oculus Rift on, and it was something to do with Interstellar. That's as much as I know.
Oh man, that would have been amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Interstellar is coming out, and that looks excellent.
Yeah, it does. I'm looking forward to that. Every review I've seen for that so far. I've not read the review. I've just gone to see their rating.
Yeah.
And it's always been 100%.
Really?
Empire gave it 5 out of 5.
Wow. Awesome.
I was just like, that's all I needed to know. I was going to watch it anyway.
Well, yeah, let's face it.
If I'd seen it was a 1 or a 2 star, I might have thought twice about it. But a 3 or above, I was seeing it opening night.
Maze Runner's apparently pretty good. That's out at the moment.
Yeah, I'll be finishing soon, I think.
Yeah.
I'm kind of interested to see Fury.
Yeah, not really my kind of thing.
I tend to buy into sort of Oscar season movies. I'd like to see as many as possible so that I can properly root for them come the awards ceremony next year. But then the big one, Hunger Games.
Yes, Mockingjay Part 1. Yeah.
That's out in a couple of weeks as well.
Yep.
The final trailer was released today as well. The If We Burn, You Burn With Us trailer.
Yeah.
So that I'm looking forward to.
I think it was this time last year we were talking to Megan Hayes.
Megan Hayes, yeah.
Wow. Time has flown.
It has. Jennifer Lawrence was actually... I saw a list of 16 actresses who could play Captain Marvel who aren't called Katie Sackhoff. And she was number 16 of 16. This is like, as much as I love Jennifer Lawrence, I don't want her to be in every superhero film. Be Mystique, fine. And be Katniss, that's fine. She doesn't want to either. She says she wants to go and do other acting roles. So that's fair enough.
Well, there was someone from Hunger Games at MCM Expo, and I can't remember who that was. So I'll have to find out, and I'll put it in the show notes, I guess.
So yeah, that's out in November. This will be no use for anyone listens to the podcast on Friday, but it's Wednesday when we're recording this. And as it's the 30th anniversary of Ghostbusters, they have released that at the cinema for Orange Wednesday. So I might be heading to the 10:30 show of that tonight. But for Halloween, check your listings for your local view because Alien and Aliens are being released as a double feature at some cinemas. I know that the View in Oxford is showing the director's cut of both of those films back to back on Halloween with a full 18 rating as well, which is good.
Awesome.
I am working, so I can't make it.
Yeah, I have visitors, so I'm not going to be there either.
Isn't it? Yeah. I am holding down the fort here on Halloween. So that sucks.
Yeah, that won't be scary at all. Hanging out on your own
in an
abandoned mental asylum.
Yeah. We're having a party here on a Thursday night. So we're actually having a Halloween party in a mental asylum, an abandoned mental asylum.
Yeah, just don't say I'll be right back or anything like that. Yeah, avoid the tropes.
Yeah. Don't split up. Oh, that means no sex.
Damn it.
It's never happening anymore. Yeah. Don't look into mirrors.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. We started decorating today. So like there's like black cobwebs and stuff up in reception and everything. And I've got my costume. I'm just going to chuck on some LARP kit.
Cool.
Go as a pirate.
Yeah, I'm busy. I'm working on my steampunk pirate outfit that I've been building. I've just been sanding Nerf guns all afternoon.
Nice.
Getting stuff ready for that.
That should be cool. What else are we going to cover today? Oh, we're going to talk briefly
Q&A
about this Elon Musk Q&A. He is like the real living, breathing Tony Stark, essentially.
Yes.
So for those who don't know or haven't heard of him, he is the guy who runs Tesla, motor cars, and SpaceX. And the Q&A was brought to my attention because, one, it was at MIT, and two, someone asked him a question about what his thoughts were on artificial intelligence and the future of that for us. And he described that as summoning the demon, and that artificial intelligence would be the single greatest existential threat to mankind. And he even thought that there needs to be some kind of regulatory body put in place to make sure that it's done right. And it's good to see someone with a bit of common sense, because I was watching Person of Interest and the Age of Ultron trailer.
Yeah.
You know, we kind of want that. But the big thing that I took away from it was the fact that he is just so smart. These guys are throwing questions at him, and he's just like beam propulsion technology, and he's just like nailing shit. He could be saying anything, to be honest. I don't understand a fucking word.
It's just techno babble.
Yeah, but it sounds legit. But like the fact that he built the Tesla electric car and then open sourced all of the workings for it.
Yeah.
The other thing was someone asked him about the Space One project. This is where we tie back to one of our first episodes.
Yeah.
And they were asking about, because
Mars One.
Yeah, but it's the Space One sending up, I think.
Right. Okay.
His big deal is on reusability. He's like, yeah, we can get to Mars. That's great, but you kind of want to come back as well. You kind of want to have Mars littered with the shells of spaceships which can't do anything, which is why he's so keen to get precision propulsion landing down rather than parachutes and airbags or shuttles.
Yeah, so you're not ditching something.
Yeah. He wants you to be able to land it safely and then use it again. And his reasoning being that obviously parachutes won't work in places like the moon or Mars, where the atmosphere is so thin it's unlikely to generate enough resistance to slow the object.
Yeah.
And where there isn't the infrastructure in place for them to have clear runways for a shuttle type landing. So this is the way that he sees the only way forward. But it's meant to be his crafts that the Space One project are going to be using for this Mars mission.
Right.
And he's come out and said, well, if they want to buy one off us, they can. I don't think they have the money to buy one off us. So I don't think that big Dutch thing is quite as thought through as the TV guys want us to believe. So maybe we're going to be all right. Maybe no one's going to go to their death and die, because I think estimates were 63 days. After diminishing returns of 63 days. After that point, the sort of recycling on the base for Mars will be giving nothing useful, and they'll die anyway. Yeah. So, but yeah, if they've not actually got the craft from this guy, it's not happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, it tied it all together, and that also made me think as well, because it's not just him. Because there was the Antares rocket that blew up. It was either yesterday or this morning, 14 seconds after launch, unmanned, but it was there to take supplies to the ISS. And it got me to thinking, we watched the sci-fi films, and like all these futures, the big evil companies running things. It's not national government, it's like Weyland-Yutani.
Yeah.
Like, this is where it starts, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, if governments aren't putting money into space exploration and private enterprises doing it...
They're the ones doing it. They're the ones calling the shots, so yeah.
I don't think Elon Musk and SpaceX are going to be Weyland-Yutani. I'm fairly sure this guy looks like he's got his head screwed on. So
but, you got Virgin Galactic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was also asked about the Japanese space elevator, and he couldn't stop laughing. So, yeah. It's an hour and a half long. I'll put it in the show notes. If you don't watch it, don't worry. If you're particularly tech-minded and you're particularly future-facing in terms of space exploration, it's very interesting for a purely sort of seeing what this guy's vision is. Yeah. He's got the money, the know-how, and the ability to do stuff. Like when the Oatmeal raised the money to save the land that Tesla had his last lab on to turn to a museum, they then needed to make another shitload of money to actually build the museum. And I think they wrote a cartoon and sent it to him, and he just gave him the money, I think. He's like, yeah. So yeah, he's philanthropic, smart, rich, and driven. And it's a very interesting Q&A.
Cool.
Just from that point of view. But yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah, I thought we'd balance the whole comics.
Yeah. With a bit of reality.
With a bit of reality as well.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah.
Oh, yeah. I could sit and talk about artificial intelligence all night, but it would bore the pants off you.
Yeah, I don't think your house
obviously, I don't have
on the same sort of level.
I was going to say, obviously, I don't have the charisma or the multi-million-dollar backing. But yeah, I could sit and talk about AI all day.
Cool. All right. So that's all for this episode.
I guess that's that, yeah.
Yes, nice wrap. Cool. Well, thank you all for listening. I've been Brendan.
I've been Spindles.
And AD is stuck in traffic somewhere still. Okay, so you all know the drill. Take care and be excellent to each other.